Hey, this is Robert at Goozy Fabrication. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, good or bad. Hey, I've got a great video for you guys and gals this week. Going to be doing this, installing a hidden or stealth fuel tank filler door. Very cool, man. This one's from Hagen. And you don't even have to take the cap off. You can just stick the nozzle right in, fill her up. Okay, here we go. And this is the box that it came in. Like I said, it says from Hagen Street Rod Products. And this is what's in the box. Now this comes already pre-assembled, which makes it kind of nice. We're going to be disassembling it though. And like I said, that little push-through filler cap there is very cool. And there's parts list and additional things you can buy. Okay, now I've already mounted the fuel tank in this truck. That's first, because we want to make sure that our fuel filler door is going to fall in as straight a line as possible. We don't want kinks. So I've installed several of these. There's a few tricks, and I'm going to show them to you. This is one of them. Okay, this assembled unit, well, it's like a 2D, the fender's 3D, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Now that's on, we want to get the curvature the best we can, because when it comes to the fender, yeah, that thing's, we're going to have to find the optimal spot. It's not going to be the perfect spot. We need to find the optimal spot so that it's visually straight, the fuel tank door, and when you open it, it's not really off, up or down. We want it as level as possible to flow with the fender. Okay, so we found that. We've got our rough outline. Now we're going to be cutting out for the inner structure. This is made up of two pieces, an outer structure that has the fuel tank door opening, and then the inner structure or box. Okay, let's get this cut. Man, I really love the cordless tools. I've converted the whole shop. Almost everything, all the tools are cordless. Invest in them, you will love them. Okay, so mental note, this fender has a slight amount of filler. It's not very much, but that's going to be a factor determining how we install this unit. Okay, there that is. And that will drop right in there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I was talking about. We have the optimal spot for this. Looks good, but this isn't conformed there. It's not going to conform perfectly to your fender or your application. Promise. I've installed several of these. Never happens. But I'm going to show you how to overcome that. There's a couple of ways to do it. This is the way that, I'll show you the way that I do it. If you have better ideas or anything, leave them in the comments. We're going to be using the shrinker stretcher. Well, actually the shrinker. And we're going to be shrinking the perimeter of that outer fuel tank door or fuel tank housing. And let me show you how this shrinker works. Okay, when you depress it, it grabs the metal with those jaws and pushes and squeezes it together. That shrinks the metal. But we've got a problem. We won't do a double, we can't shrink that with that inner box attached. So we're going to remove it. And this is the easiest way to do this. This is the easiest way to install this. So like I said, I've done several of these. If you don't, you're going to be fighting it. You're going to end up using a bunch of filler. because yeah, you can't get it to conform to your application. So now we're just going to straighten out the edges. And it's a nice unit. I'm not knocking it at all. It's just you got to understand this is made with very little shape. When you get in the real world, yeah, everything's going to change. So it's going to be a lot easier if we just round these corners off instead of dealing with a 90-degree cut. Especially on a round surface. Okay, you can see it's better, but yeah, we still have a little ways to go to get the shape of the fender. So here we go. And we're going to work slowly, and we want this outer section here to just lay on top. We want to form it to the fender. It's kind of hard to see there, but yeah, we're getting it crowned over or rounded over. Let me show you what the shrinker stretcher does. Boom. Yeah, I can deal with that. So we're going to secure that into place with just a set screw. Yeah, it's really nice and conformed now. That's going to weld really well. Okay, so back to the fender having a little bit of body filler. Now, if you want to metal finish, I have a video on that. Check it out in the playlist. But because we're going to have to mate it to our work to the existing body filler, well, we're just going to lap it and be done. And if you're doing this, you can do it any way you like. Like I said, you can go back. I can show you how to metal finish this where there's no body filler. But for this one, we're going to lap it and take off. And it looks like I'm going real fast, but I'm giving it plenty of time to cool in between. We don't want to cause problems with the filler or the primer that's on the fender by overheating it or causing any warpage. And now I'm dressing it down with a little grinding wheel. And we got to stick the filler tube in there. Get it welded, and I've already applied a little bit of filler. And I'm using a cheese grater to make quick work of it. We want to catch it before it's hard, but it has to be hard enough. Okay, we're going to finish it off with this block. I love this thing. It'll contour perfectly. And we've got it primed. There it is. It looks great. This is a really good way to add a touch of custom to whatever you're doing, whatever your project is. Opens and closes nicely. Hagen makes a great product. That's worth it alone. Just push the gas filler in there, fill it up. Hey, hit that like, subscribe, share. Man, help me out with the algorithm. Free video. As always, thank you for watching and supporting the channel.